what's happening is that was Squirrel Nut Zipper stepping on my computer. That took me an hour and 20 minutes to set up again. She kicked on airplane mode. She turned off the internet part, and to try to fix it on the fly, there was absolutely no chance of me having the ability to fix that on the fly. And the frustration level with Squirrel and with everything else in life. People, before I went live, I spent an hour playing with that damn computer. So I tried to put this thing together for over an hour. So, and the really funny thing is, if you were not watching the lifeboat, I was talking about what you do when you become overwhelmed. When all of a sudden you just can't cope. What you need to do is what? Get out of the room you're in. Ditch the four walls. Now, I had also gone a little late today because of what Squirrel did the first time she stood on my computer. So, normally, peeps, I would be 2 streets over. So I reconnected. That's good. Let's see. You know what we'll do? We'll go down and catch the green belt. And I'll show you guys a Nevada pink sunrise. Because it's pretty epic. And the really funny thing is, do you see that tree? All right, that is not, there we go. Can you see that? That is fully in bloom, which is really kind of bizarre because most of them are not yet. But boy, that one is. This is really kind of a cool time of year. Once again, that one's ready to roll. You do realize that I have forgotten everything that was making me angry. True story. That simple. Get outside. Bombard every sense you have. Right? Now all of my senses are engaged in something that they were not engaged with when I was angry. Or I was hungry or lonely or tired or wanting to use or any of the other reasons that we feel the need to get out of Dodge. And that really is what it is, right? You get that overwhelming feeling of, this isn't good. This isn't good. You know, I'm in a bad place. And very often, people pick up the phone and call someone right then. I don't know. I think that that's the ripcord. You know, when I call my 5, I'm in trouble. True story. If I start calling somebody from my 5, it's because all of this didn't work. It's because going outside. So what I was saying before Squirrel decided to step on my keyboard was that the nuts and bolts stuff, right, of bombarding your senses with new stimuli. You know, getting back to the absolute basics is the fastest way in the world to change your point of view. Change your view. Change what you're looking at. That right there, you see that tree completely covered in pink and purple? I wish you people could smell that. I wish you could smell what that smells like. Because it is just assaulting my olfactory senses. And this, people, it's actually going to come right over the hill over there because we missed the earliest of it is this ridge. But when we pop around this corner, you'll see a house that sits completely atop a hill. Like, this cat's got the greatest view in the entire city. And his house would be the place to watch the sun come up. I think about it all the time. Like, he must just get a cup of coffee and sit and literally watch that glowing ball come up over the horizon. But check this out. So this is where, no, it didn't work out. This is the walk. And this is the green belt. So, and this is part of the walking path, obviously. But between the houses, they have put up just this huge place so that every house isn't packed in. And this is part of the 18-mile walking path. Look at that. It's going to be, if you look right between those houses, the top of that hill you're looking at right there, the top of that hill is a house. There's a house sitting right on the top of that hill. The guy with the best view in all of Reno. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, when you're looking at this, when this is your view, number one, just to walk the short distance to get to whatever you're looking at requires you to engage muscle, right? In order to engage muscle, what do? You breathe in deeper, right? You breathe in deeper, and when you do, you start to get oxygen to the muscles. There are so many things going on in your body now that are just ridiculously healthy, and you are bombarding your 5 senses. There is really something to be said for that, peeps. There is really something to be said for that. So I'm taking the, if you just got here, squirrel sabotaged a live feed. So I have decided, you know what? And we're going to go the path less chosen. All right. I was going to go the other way. But this is, so Colin, the guy that agreed to sell all this land, didn't care about money, which is really, really bizarre. So his ranch was everything you're looking at, like the 18 miles of walking path and all of this stuff. He owned all of it. So, you know, this cat didn't own property in the acres. He owned property in the miles, and he didn't care about money, not a lick. So when they were trying to buy it to make a development here, his response was, I really don't need the money. Which I'm sure they were not used to hearing. Probably freaked him out. But part of the deal was, if you're going to do this, then you are going to keep the path I ride the horse on. So basically, this is his horse path, this 18 miles. And they had to build the development around it. You know what? You still can't really get a view of that house. I mean, I can, because the human eye is actually a better setup than the computer on YouTube. But the very top of that ridge right there that you're just starting to see the rays of the sun come over, that is a guy's house right there on the top of that hill. Yeah. There is something to be said for a sunrise, people. There really is. Now, so it's starting to look warm and nice, right? I mean, it's barely 6 o'clock in the morning here. So, you know, in the high desert, that should be a really cold time. And there's just a little bit of snap to the air. You can't see my breath, but there's some snap to the air. And you think, it really kind of doesn't feel that way. But let's see if we can get a view of this. This is not really a walking path. I'm kind of bridging my own. I am off the beaten path, so to speak. You see the white on the tops of those mountains? That's snow, peeps. That is snow. So, in spite of the fact that this place is now catching about 65, 75 degrees a day, you know, every day, and that would be, of course, Fahrenheit for our friends on the other side of the pond. But yesterday it was north of 80. Yesterday was damn warm around here. Started to even encroach on the hot. Well, all right. Yeah, who's running this show? We stopped to pick up a bag so that we can pick up anything they drop. I'm telling you, they're running the show. If I had known that Squirrel was going to stand on my computer, I would have gotten out the gimbal so that I didn't look like I am filming the, what was the name of that movie? About the witches. Come on, somebody help me. You know the name of the movie I'm talking about. The Blair Witch Project. That stupid movie. Man, that thing made me sick. Like, I was sitting in the movie theater for the first 2 minutes and the camera just jumps all over the place and I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. It's terribly uncomfortable. So, sadly, I can't see who's here. Sadly, I literally cannot see who's here because it doesn't work that way when I'm going this route. You'll notice there aren't too many people up at this time of day, which makes it even better. Right? A great time to be up, walking around, nobody bothering you. The smells, people. Like everything is in bloom. Boo-doo-boo-boo. Boo-doo-boo-boo. Yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful time of year. And there it is. It's coming up over that hill. Alrighty, peeps. Well, that film that we were talking about was a fake documentary from, I think, about 25 or 30 years ago. I can't actually watch anything anymore. Documentaries I can get away with, but not if they're jumping all over the place or if they're multiple camera. If there's 5 camera angles and they're splitting them all together, I'll be in deep, deep trouble. But you see the glow of everything? I promise you, our friends in Japan have never built a camera that works well enough to capture the beauty of what that looks like. And sadly, I think the only person who would, and I assume he's here because he's always here, is Charlie Murphy has probably got on his smell-o-vision. But I don't know how many other people even have it, since our deal with smell-o-vision, we don't really push it too hard on this channel. It is uniquely something of my brother Johnny's channel. So most of you are probably not catching this. No, I'm not, but I'm close. Gordon Gekko said of all of the paintings in all of the museums or some crap like that. Yeah, I guess that might have been close, huh? Yeah, he was on the beach on, what's really funny is I had that phone, the Motorola Brick. That thing, you could have beat somebody to death with it. The battery on it weighs like 3 times what your cell phone does today. Yeah, very, very interesting film. It simultaneously won an Academy Award and like the Rotten Tomatoes, or the Razzie, I think it was called back then. So it won an award for like Best Picture and Worst Picture in the same year, which is really kind of unusual. But no, I'm being very serious. Like, I'm looking through the lens of the phone, and sadly, the light from the sunrise wipes out the phone. It is a great movie. There's no question it's a great movie. There was a time in my life where I probably watched it once a week. Yeah, sadly, the light from the sun. I mean, I realize that it always destroys. Someday they'll have a camera that adjusts for that, like our eyes. But I don't think I'll be around. when that comes. And you know what? That may be a good thing. Alrighty, peeps. Well, this has completely changed my point of view. And how long have I been walking? A scant 15 minutes. Well, no, because it took about 5 minutes to get this thing going. The internet was not wanting to cooperate. So, I don't know, maybe 20. You had a Motorola brick for work. Weren't they incredible? Weren't they incredible? I'll tell you the best part of that Motorola brick, though, is that it only did one thing. You could talk on the telephone. There was nothing else that you could do with that thing. And there is something to be said for that. Okay. Can you make out the house now? I can't tell. Can you people see that? The entire top of that ridge is a house. It is absolutely amazing. Yeah, you're not looking at the top of a hill. You're looking at a house. Yeah. All right, peeps. So, in deference to the people who live on this street, who I have to live with, I'm not going to film them out doing their morning routine. I have the sweetest neighbors in the world. So, but they're starting to come rolling out. Normally, I would have about a 30-minute head start on this, because this is why I've been going live at 4:30 and turning it off at 5:30, because this is, you know, all of this is, I didn't really see it go from dark to light today because of what Squirrel did. So, it is what it is. All right, peeps, I'm going to go in and catch a shower because it's church day. But I will leave you with this. Come on now. All right. There's not much that Mother Nature can't handle in terms of trying to cheer you up. Although, to be really honest, this lawn right here is not so much Mother Nature as it is, it might be a little plastic. But, well, we can pretend it's real. All right, everybody. I'm Tommy Scoville. This was The Lifeboat. And thanks for taking a walk with me. I'll catch you people a little later. God bless.